أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome you all to understand Al-Quran the easy way course to page 1.8. Before going to that, we will have a little revision of our today's first class. This is the course actually QC2 137. It has started today on the 24th June, mean 24th June, and it will end at the 21st August. The class will be thrice in a week, mean on every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and the timing will be 6 to 7 p.m. mean this time which we are now. And the mid quiz will be on the Saturday 23rd July and the final quiz will be on the Monday 19th August. And thus we will cover this course in 8 weeks. There will be no revision classes for the regular classes. However, for the mid and the final quizzes, we will have the revision classes in this class. You can look the course, the batch is 123. You don't see the slides, I see. Is that so? Yes, no, you can see the schedule of the class. The class will start today, already started, and it will have mid-quiz on 23rd July and the final quiz on the 90th June. So that is the total profile. And the batch registration form has been shared in the group and will once more shared for the new joining, those who have later joined after the share. The textbook, of course, which we will use in this course, they are the textbook in the QC2 in English. The hard copy is not available at the moment, but you can have the soft copy print and make your own book, and the workbook will be shared soft copy. You can have the print, or you can solve the all exercises with hand on some simple paper or some books or exercise book or in the register. And later on, you can have the PDF or the screenshot for the submission. The one more important thing which in this course will be, that is Talimul Quran. That is the first juz. It has the word by word translation. It will be required to understand the deep meaning and the relation of the Arabic versions of the Quran. And of course, you can get it from the market. And it is also available in the soft copy. Yes, I will also share a soft copy of this Juz 1 for your personal interest. Let's start. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it. The starting this after the course 1, understand Al-Salah and the Quran, the easy way 50%, that was a QC1. The objectives, the first objective is study 5 pages of the Quran, and second is learn the 80% words of the Quran by the end of this course. When you start the page 6, you have already learned 80%. And at the moment, we have already learned 50% in QC1. The third objection is the objective is the pointer and the phrases are very easy learning of vocabulary as we did in the QC2. And the fourth one is learn how to study Al-Quran to our lives and learn weak words that occur once in every line of the Quran. These are the 5 objectives of this QC2 in English. And the last one is learn hundreds of the Quran related spoken Arabic sentences for effective learning. Look, the first 5 pages of the first juz, they appear like this. We will keep them on our these 5 fingers like this. The first page is single on the thumb. The second 2 pages are in the pair on the second and the third finger, and the third that is a pair on the fourth and the fifth finger. Thus, we will have the 5 pages on our fingers. The approach will be same as we did in the QC1. Each lesson will be divided in two parts. Mean one the Quranic, other is the grammar part. Thus, the 5 pages will be divided in 20 lessons. Mean each lesson will have how many? Each page 4 lessons. And for Quranic part, for the grammar part. Look at this. The first page will be divided into 4 parts: A1, AB, AC, AD. And again, it will have 2 parts: A1 for the Quran, A B for the Quran, AC for the Quran, AD for Quran. And for the grammar, we will use the word G. 1G, A, 1GB, 1GC, 1GD. It means the grammar part A, B, C, D of the first page. Look, this is the division. The first page is on the thumb. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, Quran part, Q, and the G, grammar part. On the second figure, you have 2A, 2B, 2C, 23, 2D, grammar as well as the Quran part. And the third finger, you have 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D. In the same way, fourth and the fifth, every page is divided in 4 pointers. And of course, they will be for the Quran, and you will have the grammar same for in the lessons. Now, the objective is that we will learn 80% of the Quranic word in these 5 pages, plus the grammar points, which we'll cover in this course. We have already done the 50% from the QC1, and in Surah Baqarah, we will have the more part which comes with the weak words. Look, after doing this QC2, the only 2 to 3 words will remain in each line, new. At the moment, if you see the new words which are for us in page 1, 10, then 35, and then see the next page almost 51, and same way 40, 30. The average, we have 30, more than 30 new words at the moment. But when you do this course, this number will decrease to 17, or they will decrease to 15 to 17 per page. After this, see, the only 2 maximum or on average 2 new words will remain in the each page. So to learn how we will learn the pointers and phrases as we did in the, you see, not in QC1, but this is the few. I mean, the challenges for learning Quran, we have 2 challenges. One is the vocabulary, mean the words and meaning. We will learn it through the pointers and the phrases. And second is the grammar. And grammar we will learn through TPI and the spoken Arabic. And let us talk the pointers first. What are the pointers? Al-Quran consists of 30 juz, okay? Each juz in the most commonly printed Mus'haf has 20 pages. As we say, the Mus'haf has 600 pages. So each juz have how many pages? 20 pages. And these 20 pages, they are divided in 4 parts, equal 4 parts. So we have the first 5 pages in QC2, next 5 pages in QC3, and next 5 pages in QC4, and the last 5 pages of the first juz in QC5. So each QC has 5 pages of the series. Look, this is the first 5 pages, then the next 5 pages, then the next 5 pages, and the last 5 pages. This is a complete juz. Now, what is the division? Division is that the first part, it comprises Surah Al-Fatiha, that is a QC2, and it has the Surah Al-Baqarah 1 to 37, up to 37 ayah. The second part, which is called now the QC3, it will have the verses of Surah Al-Baqarah starting from 38 to 76. And the third part, which is now called QC4, it will have the ayah from 77 to 105. And the last part, which is called the QC5, will cover 106 to 141 ayah. That is the complete juz, first juz of the Mus'haf divided in 4 parts, and each part have almost 37 ayahs. We have a start from the QC2, we will end it on the QC5. Let's to see the first 5 pages of the first quarter, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 page. We will keep on the right hand. Look, on the thumb we say praise for Allah, dua for guidance, guidance for muttaqin, attributes of muttaqin. This is the page 1 on the thumb. And then we have the page 2 on the second finger, ring finger, not, but the before that, shahadat, this finger, see. No guidance for kafirin, no guidance for munafiqin, corrupts and fools, and double face. And for the third page, we will have the pointers. What are the pointers? First example, fire. Second example, rain. Quran's challenge, and Quran's calls, and the Quran's challenge. The fourth page pointers will be on the fourth finger, warning and good news, examples of mosquitoes, who poses spray, how can you disbelieve? And the last page on the last finger, the fifth finger, question on Khalifa, teaching of name, Shaitan, Iblis, Sifa, and Tawbah. This is the total syllabus we will cover in 5 pages on 5 fingers of our right hand. In short, these pointers can be said, praise, dua, guidance attributes for the first page, kafirin, munafiqin, corrupts, and double face for the second page, 5, rain, call, challenge for the third page, warning, mosquito, astray, discipline for the fourth page, and for the last page, we will have, in short, Khalifa, name, Siddata. This is the total syllabus of the QC2. This slide will now come at the end in the 20th lesson. This here, it was just for the introduction of, and to give you an idea what we are going to study. What are these 20 pointers and how we will place them on which finger. Let's start with the first page. The first page is divided into 4 parts approximately. Each one is represented by a pointer. A pointer may have more than one topic. Look, the first pointer for the first page is praise for Allah. The second pointer is dua for guidance. The third is guidance for muttaqin. The fourth is attributes of muttaqin. Let's have the benefits of pointer. Why we use the pointer? What is the need? Why we have an extra drill? Pointers give you the context in which the new words are being used. One. Secondly, they work as an anchor for you to memorize the meanings and recall them. Just as you anchor the ship in the water and the anchor holds the ship there, these pointers, they hold the words in your brain just like a ship. That is the anchor's function of these pointers. They help you visualize the subject of the page. You can easily recall the page. You can easily recall the subject. You can link them. You can memorize them. That is important. For example, if I ask you, what is the meaning of in? Maybe few of you will reply, what is the proper? But if I ask, what is the meaning of inshallah? Most of the people, they reply, if Allah wish. It means they knew the meaning of in, but they're not knowing the meaning in as an individual. They're knowing the meaning as an anchor of the phrase inshallah. So we will learn this method we will use, which is easy to retain, easy to recall, easy to retrieve, and easy to reference. That is called the phrase. It means that they knew the answer, but in a phrase and not in as a long word. That is the way to learn vocabulary. Memorize the phrases and not the words. Instead of memorizing meaning of in, if and insha, we'll separately memorize the meaning of inshallah. That is easy. Instead of memorizing the word of samad, let's memorize the meaning of Allah samad. Instead of memorizing the meaning of yuqimuna, let's memorize the meaning of yuqimuna salah. So these all are the phrases. They are easy to retain, easy to memorize, easy to retrieve, easy to recall, easy to reference. Phrases provide anchors for our brain to remember the meanings of the new words, help you remember the message, make more sense than just words. Memorizing phrases and their meaning is much more effective, powerful, appealing, and useful than memorizing just words of a meaning. When we study any phrase, we will use formula R5S10 loud. R5S10 loud. Let's see what it is. R means relax. Relax means when you want to memorize or you want to have this exercise, you will have a deep breath. Then hold it and then release it. So this is called relax. Then use five senses. What is five senses? Hearing, see, smell, taste, touch, feel. What we did in QC1, TPI. Hearing, watching, feeling, thinking, speaking, telling, moving. They are the five senses. We will use all these senses to learn some new thing. And the more ever important is spend 10 seconds at least. When you want to memorize something, just repeat that phrase for 10 seconds loudly. You will should say, if you want to remember the Allahu Samad, you will say Allahu Samad, Allahu Samad, Allahu Samad. When you read this 3 times, it takes 10 seconds. And this, when you hear with your own voice, it goes and make an anchor in your brain. Lord, say it loudly. Pointers and phrases make it easy to learn new words. That is important. So the objective was study first 5 pages of the Masab, then learn 80% words of the Quran by the end of this course, and learn pointers and phrases for easy learning vocabulary. The next is learn how to apply Al-Quran in our lives. That is very important. We will have a lesson from each part of the Quran to apply in our life. And next objective is learn weak words that occurs once in every line of the Quran and use the R5S10 loud formula to retain and memorize that and learn hundreds of the Quranic related spoken Arabic sentences for effective learning. Let's restart. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. Alhamdulillah, we have done this already in QC1. Nothing is new in this. We learned 12 habits from this Surah Al-Fatiha and Ta'awuz. Let's to have few of them. The first is safety first. With the Ta'awuz. The moment you say Ta'awuz, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan Rajim, what happened? A shield cover you, an umbrella cover you of the protection against the Shaitan. If Shaitan hits, this umbrella prevent all his or all his interventions. So that is the safety first. Then you say Bismillah Rahman Rahim, you learn the two more habits. What? Start with Bismillah. Whenever you do any or you start something, say Bismillah. And from the Bismillah, you get think positive about Allah because Ar-Rahman Rahim. Allah is Ar-Rahman Rahim, great merciful, continuously merciful. So it is the important of this Bismillah. And then from Alhamdulillah, you learn, be merciful and humble to others because he is kind, he is Rahim. And keep the end in your mind. Your Maliki Yawmiddin. From that, you should have that everything will be countable. You will countable for every action, every deed. So when you keep in mind, you will countable, you will not do any wrong thing. And worship Allah. Because he is the king of the day, of the judgment. So these are the good habits we have already done. And these were the repetition. Let's restart the first page now. This all was the introduction about the course and the pattern of the study. Of course, the pattern will follow the QC1 pattern, mean Quran part followed by the grammar part. Let's to see the first page. Normally in our normal Musaf, the Surah Al-Fatih is on one page and the Surah Al-Baqarah starts from the second page. For the easiness, Dr. Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim had merged them in one page. He put the Surah Al-Fatih and part of the Surah Al-Baqarah on first page. And see, this page has been divided in four parts, different color: pink, yellow, green, and this blue, light blue. So the first pointer will have the first part, second part, third part, and fourth part. The first pointer for the first part is praise for Allah. For the second part, the second pointer is dua for guidance. The third pointer is guidance for muttaqin. And the fourth is attributes for muttaqin. Let's have them: praise for Allah, dua for guidance, guidance for muttaqin, and attributes on the thumb. Praise for Allah, dua for guidance, guidance for muttaqin, attributes of muttaqin. In short, you can say praise, dua, guidance, attributes. Praise, dua, guidance, attributes. Let's to take the first pointer, that is praise for Allah. Surah Al-Fatih and the start of the Surah Al-Baqarah is taken as a one page in order to have the 20 pages for the Juz 1. So you have already studied these parts word by word in the course Understand Al-Quran Sallah. So we will not go in detail, and you learn the 12 excellent habits or the good habits from there. Word by word study will start from Surah Al-Baqarah next. So let's recite what we have already covered in Q1. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. A'udhu billahi, I seek refuge, means from ash-shaitan, rajim, shaitan, the outcast. So tawuz is the mandatory when you start reading or reciting the Quran to get the protection against the shaitan from the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Worshipping you during tilawah stop you from pondering the verse, because this shaitan, what does he? Whispers during tilawah. He says, oh, listen, 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 and he ponders, he disturbs you when you say a'udhu billahi minash shaitan. You come under the protection umbrella from the Lord, so he can't whisper, he can't go to you in distress. Stop you from getting guidance. So these all fails. All these tricks fails. For starting general things, we recite Bismillah so that we get barakah from Allah in it. When we start reciting the Quran, we say A'udhu Billah. Why? Because Quran is full of barakah and shaitan will try his best to stop us from it. So we need protection. Then implement this in day-to-day life. So we learn the habit number one. Yes, what is the habit number one? You will read out. Please read out. Okay. Recite it whenever shaitan whispers you. Realize that you are under the continuous attacks from shaitan and you need or seek protection. So you say ta'awuz, mean a'uz billahi minash shaitanir rajim. The next is Surah Al-Fatih, first verse. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamd, all the praises and thanks are lillah, for the Allah. Rabb, that is the Lord. Al-Alameen, the worlds, the all universes. So this is a great message for us. Allah wants we should praise Him. We should speak from His praising and thanks. And not only thank and praise, but all the thanks and praises. Alhamdulillah, all the praises, all the thanks. And the moment you say all the thanks and praises, He gets happy. And He says, Hamadli abdi, Hamadli. My slave has praised me. My slave has praised me. Rabbil Alameen, He's the Lord of all the worlds or the universe, the Lord of the worlds. Use the phrase to memorize the meaning. How? Say Rabbil Alameen, Rabbil Alameen, Rabbil Alameen. Instead of memorizing one word, always say phrase like inshallah, like say Allahu Samad, like say any other phrase. So this was the all about the first part and the introduction of the course. Let's go to the second part, that is the grammar. And in grammar, inshallah, it is grammar is also divided each page one A, B, C, D. So grammar A, B, C, D, we will study like this. The early line of the Qurans have almost 9 words. Among them, as in the known, they are 3 fail or the 3 harf or the 2. And the one may be extra ism, harf or the fail. If it's ism, then in that page, on that line, 4 will be ism, 3 harf and 2 harf and 3 fail. If fail is extra, then ism 3 fail, 4 harf 2. If harf is extra, then 3 ism, 3 fail and 3 1. That is our composition in each line. Look, this is the journal look. The green part, this blue part is showing the ism. Almost 3 ism in or the 2 ism in each line. The red is showing the fail, either 2 or 3 in each line. The yellow is showing the harf. Harf may be 2 or 1, 2 or 1 on average. So haruf do not change. Just like lama, we have a very little to memorize and put them importance. But the ism, we have to learn their singular and plural, just like kal, kulub. The main challenge is the verbs, because it have different patterns. It have the madi, mudare, amro, nahi, and then there are different tables. So the important challenge is the verbs. So let's to have a revise the first table of the verb we learned in QC1. Fa'ala, he did. Fa'alu, they did. Fa'alta, you did. Fa'altu, I did. Fa'altu, you all did. Fa'alna, we did. Fa'alat, she did. That was the past. And what is the key of this? Fa'ala is the key for this table of the mad. The next was the mudare. Yafalu, he does or he will do. Yafaluna, they do or they will do. Tafalu, you do or you will do. Afalu, I do or I will do. Tafaluna, you all do or you will do. Nafalu, we do or we will do. Tafalu, she does or she will do. That is the mudare. What is the key? Key is yafal. The madhi key was fa'ala. The mudare key is yafal. The third was amru nahi. What? If'al, do. If'alu, do you all. La taf'al, don't do. La taf'alu, don't do you all. And what is the key? If'al. So that these 3 are the af'als key. Fa'ala, yaf'alu, if'al. Fa'ala madi, yaf'alu mudare, if'al is the amr. Let's to come the asma key, mean the noun keys. Fa'il, doer. Maf'ul, the one who is effective, fail to do. These 3 are called the asma. Fa'il, maf'ul, fail. Thus we get the short 6 keys. What are they? Fa'ala, yaf'alu, if'al, fa'il, maf'ul, fail. That is a base table we learned. Let's to now have the types of fail. Yes. Anyone of you can tell me what are the different types of the fail? Yes. The different types of the fail which we have learned, can somebody memorize or somebody can summarize them? We have learned in QC1. We learn madi, we learn mudare, we learn amru nahi, we learn the fa'il fi'l maf'ul. And then we learn another thing. There are 2 types of verb. One is called the strong verb, other is called the weak verb. In this QC2, we will put the stress on the weak verb. We will learn the weak verb. We learn in QC1 the strong verb, fataha, nasara, daraba, Samya, they were the four style or the pattern of the strong word. Now here we will learn the weak word, just like Vahaba, Vada, Kala, Zada, Hada, and Da. They all are the weak words patterns or the styles. In QC3, we will learn there is another type of the words which are called Mazrid Fi. They also have the strong word, they also have the weak word, they also have the repeated words, they also have the Hamza word. So there are different types of words. We will slowly and gradually learn them and come to know them. So let's to have a look. This style you have learned. Fataha, Nasara, Daraba, Samya, they all are the strong word. There is another type that is called weak letter. What is the weak letter? The weak letter are, there are three alphabetics of the Arabic called weak letter. What? Waw, Ya, and Alif. What are the three weak letters of Arabic alphabet? Wa, Ya, and Alif. Wa, Ya, and Alif. They are the three weak letters. Let's to have the example. Look this word, Wahaba. Do you see Waw is here? So it's a weak word because it contains the weak letter. Look the next, Wa'ada. Again, a weak letter is there. Va is a weak letter. So it is a weak word. Wa'ada is a weak word. Look this, Qala. It has a weak letter. What is that? Alif. So it is a weak word. So the definition of weak verb is that any word which has any weak letter of the alphabetic, that is Waw, Ya, and Alif, that will be called weak word. Now these are the patterns. Look, the Fataha, Nasara, Daraba, Samia, they are the sound word. They come approximately in Musaf 9,000 times. How many times? 9,000 times. It means each of strong verb once appearing in each line of the verse. Look at the weak verb. Wahaba, Wada, Kala, Zada. They are also appearing almost 9,000 times in Musaf. Mean each line of the Musaf have at least one weak verb. That is the importance of weak word. Why we have to learn the weak word? Because in Musaf, the strong word, they appear 9,000 times. Means one in each line of the Musaf. And the same is with the weak word. They also appears equally 9,000 times in Musaf. And each line of the Musaf, they have at least one weak word. So we have to learn them. So one more time, look that Ikhtalafa, he differed. Istafara, he asked for forgiveness. We will learn them later, inshallah. Three letters, weak verbs, one in each every line coming, so they are important. What are they? The weak letter may appear in the start of a word, just like this Wahaba. You see in the beginning, Wa'ada, in the beginning there is a weak letter. What is that? Wow. It may appear in the middle, just like Qala, Alif is in the middle. Zada, Alif is in the middle. It may appear at the end, just like Da. Look, the Alif is at the end. Hada, Ya is at the end. So there is no fixed rule that where the weak letter will come. Weak letter can come in the beginning of a word. It can in the middle of a word. It may come at the end of the word. The example is in front of you. Wahabawada, where it comes in the front. Qala Zada, where it comes in the middle. Da'ahda, when it comes at the end. So that is the important. We remember them with three phrases. We will learn soon. Wahaba means he gave. Wa'ada means he promised. Kala means he said. Zada means he increased. Da means he prayed. Hada means he got. We will repeat them so many times. They will be on your fingertip, inshallah. So the strong word pattern was Fataha Yaftahu. Nasara Yansuru. Daraba Yadribu. Samia Yasmu. We learned from a poem. What was the poem? Open the Quran, Fataha. If you open the Quran, Fataha, Allah will help you, nasara. Otherwise, you will hit daraba. Therefore, listen, son. This is the point. If you open the Quran, fataha, Allah will help you, nasara. Otherwise, you will hit daraba. Therefore, listen. So this is the point with which you can retain, anchor these four strong verbs in your brain. Fataha, yaftahu, nasara, yansaru, daraba, yadrabu, samia, yes. Let's have a short phrases or sentences for the weak verb also. Allah will give its promise. From give, we say wahaba, he gave. From promise, wa'ada, he promised. Allah will give its promise. From give, wahaba, he gave. From promise, wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said, he will give more. From said, kala, he said, give more. Zada, he increased. Said, from said, kala, he said, from Zada, he gives more. The third sentence is, therefore, pray to him for guidance. From pray, da, he prayed. From guidance, hada, he guided. So you have a poem for this also. What is that? Allah will give its promise. From give, wahaba, he gave. From promise, the wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said he will give more. From said, kala, he said. From promise, he promised. Zada, zada, he increased. Therefore, pray to him for guidance. From pray, da, he prayed. Guidance, hada, he guided. As you said, open the Quran, fataha. Allah will help you, nasara. Otherwise, you will hit daraba. Therefore, listen something. In the same way, you say, Allah will give it promise. From give, wahaba, he gave. Promise, wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said he will give more. From said, you say, kala, he said, zada, he increased. Therefore, pray for guidance. From pray, da, he prayed, hada, he guided. So this was the lesson for the today. Let's have a few questions before closing the session. Each lesson in course 2 is divided into Quran and vocabulary part, Salah and grammar part, Quran and the grammar part, Quran and the spoken Arabic part, A, B, C, D. Which one is correct? Each part is divided into Quran and Quran. Yes, C is correct. The no. What? Quran and vocabulary part. Main challenge for understanding the Quran are vocabulary, words meaning, recitation, grammar, listening. Which one is the most difficult part of the Quran? 2, vocabulary and grammar. Benefits of pointers are that they give context, help in recalling topics, work as anchors, help in grammar. What is the benefits of pointers?
All.
No, all. Grammar, pointers are not going to help you grammar. Grammar will get with TPI and spoken Arabic. So example of phrases are as-samad, inshallah, Allah samad, istaghfar. Which one are the phrases?
B and
C. Vocabulary can be easily learned through TPI, pointers, spoken Arabic phrases. Vocabulary, pointers and phrases. Grammar can be easily learned through TPI, pointers, spoken Arabic phrases. TPI and spoken Arabic.
A and C.
Spoken Arabic is included in this course for practicing different forms of words, makes grammar lessons interesting, helps in interaction between teacher and student, helps in learning recitation. Yes. Spoken Arabic help to practicing different forms of work, makes grammar lesson interesting, helps in interaction between the teacher and the student. In the formula R5S 10 law, the term R represent remember, repeat, relax, refresh, ABCD. What is meant for R? Relax. Relax. Okay. You can develop this habit from ta'awuz. Which one? Thank Allah, speak protection, follow good models, study the universe. From ta'awuz, which habit? Seek for protection. Did you write the full table of the work that you studied in the lesson? Yes, no need, no, next time. So it's a suggestion. All are correct. You can answer as per your position. You can say yes, you can say no need, no, or next time. How many words in every line of the Quran is? 14 words approximately, 9 words approximately, 5 words approximately, 12 words approximately. How many words come in line?
14.
14 are not 14, 9 words. Lines are 15 in each page. Each page have 15 lines, and each line has almost 9 words. And among them, 3 may be this, 3 may be fill, 2 may be half, and the 1 may be each any one of them. How many loans in every line of the Quran on the average? 8, 6, 3, 10. Each line have how many non? Just I told you 3, average 3 to 4. Mean maybe 3 or maybe 4. How many words in each line of the Quran? Again the same. They may be 3 times. 3 words, or maybe at time 4 if 1 extra comes. How many particles in each line of the Quran? Mean the harf 2 to 3, 6, 9, 8. How many harf can be in one line? 2 or maybe 3 if 1 extra harf or particle. Sound words are select more than 1. Fataha, Nasara, Wa'ada, Kala. Which one are the sound words in A, B, C, D? Fataha, Nasara, they are the sound. Wa'ada, Kala, they are the weak. Weak verb is which one? Wahaba, Daraba, Kana, Samya. Which one is a weak verb in there? Of course,
Wahaba.
Daraba, Kana are the sound. So the Wahaba and Kana, they are the weak. What is the Mazid fi? Actually, Mazid fees are the words which have more than 3 letters. So, words with extra letters is called the Mazid fee, which you will study in QC 3. Last examples of Mazid fee are Alima, Ikhtalafa, Istaghfara, Rafa. They are the Ikhtalafa and
Istaghfara.
They are the Mazid fee you will study in QC 3. Examples of words with the repeated letters are Dalla, Radda, Wadda, Sajada. Which one are the repeated words in them?
Radda and Wadda.
No, all the 3 first. Dalla is also the repeated word because Lam, Lam is coming, Wadda, Dal, Dal coming, Wadda, Dal, Dal. So ABC 3 are correct. The Sajada is not included. So the 7 homework you know already. We will repeat it again and again. Let's may Allah help us to recite, understand, ponder, implement, propagate, and memorize the Quran. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. So with this, I come to the end of